All right, hello. I just wanted to take a moment to welcome you to your week 9 module and just highlight a couple things that are out there as it relates to your week 9 materials. So this is the week that we move into spring break. So technically spring break for the college will start this coming Sunday, and then it'll go until the following Sunday, which is Sunday, March 27th. And so the first thing that I like to tell students is your week 9 learning module is open, but your week 9 learning module isn't technically due until Monday, March 28th. So you realistically have 2 weeks to work through your week 9 materials, and it's entirely up to you how you want to do that. So I always encourage students that I'm the kind of person that if something is not done, it's like always on my mind until it's done. And so I would prefer to try to work through those materials so that I could actually enjoy next week, which is my spring break. And so I would encourage you to do the same. So it's open. You have this week to work through it if you would like to. If you would prefer to take a breather this week because you're feeling overwhelmed and there's a whole lot of other things going on, I get that too. You can certainly work on your week 9 materials next week as well. Just know that everything is due that following Monday when we return from spring break on March 28th. So this week, we are going to be going through this issue of water and water scarcity. So you've got a couple of documentaries out there. One of these highlights Peru and this sprawling capital of Lima and just really gives you a look into a developing country that does not have access to clean drinking water. So I think it's something that we definitely take for granted here because we flip the faucet on, there's water, no big concern. There are certainly parts within the United States, so if you ever followed what happened in Flint, Michigan, certainly water crises do exist throughout our country as well. California experiences extreme droughts as it relates to agriculture. And we, this last year, also suffered from an extreme drought as it relates to agriculture and being able to plant. We were able to plant a lot of crops, but then we weren't able to get water on some of those crops. So a huge loss for a lot of farmers. So it is an issue that certainly exists locally and an issue that certainly exists on the national level in terms of access to clean water, but definitely globally when we start looking at some of those poorest countries and cities and their struggle to just be able to find water. And then this National Geographic documentary does a really good job of highlighting more specifically the United States and just the impact that water plays for us here in the United States. So those 2 documentaries will be the basis of your water quiz this week. So you'll have 5 questions from this first documentary, Living Without Water, and then you'll have 5 questions from this documentary, Water, the Liquid of Life. And then you've got some supplemental materials in here, a website you can go out and check out related to really like the cause and effect of these water shortages and water crises. Again, bringing it more local, so what's going on with Lake Powell. And then really the impact that water has on our food systems and really getting food to your plate. So it is a global foods class, so we would be remiss to not talk about why this impacts our food. And I kind of talked about that a little bit earlier, but this website does a good job of highlighting some of those things. And then the last website that I'm asking you to visit is this What's Your Water Footprint? So you're going to go out and click on this Find Your Footprint here. It's going to redirect you. And then you're going to click on this Find Your Footprint. And I would encourage you to do the, like how many people are in your household. It's going to walk you through down here, like your indoor water use, your outdoor water use, and then your virtual water use. And then once it's all said and done, you should end up with a water footprint score, which just tells you what your water usage is on a daily basis. So you should end up with something like this that tells you personally how many gallons of water you use a day. As a household, how many gallons you use, right? So based on how many people live in my house, and then what that average is for the United States. You're then going to take that information, and that's what you're going to use to contribute to your discussion board. So you're going to notice that this last question says, what was your water score? What is your footprint, right? So for me, my water usage is 1,200 gallons a day. And when I get that score here at the very end, it walks me through, and let me just show you because I actually still have mine pulled up. It actually walks me through some strategies to, whoops, see when I drug it over, I accidentally clicked that. So let me see if it'll bring this back up. Okay, so here we go. So it walks me through some of those specifics. So what are some ways in which I can reduce my water, right? So taking a shorter shower, a bath is a big consumer of water. A lot of people, one of the ways that you can reduce your water consumption is outdoors. So if you've driven through any subdivision, you've seen that they all have HOAs. They require that you have a lush green front yard with grass, and that is a huge, huge consumer of water. And I always make the joke, but it's really not a joke, that I hardly ever see anybody out playing in their front yard. So it is a little bit ridiculous that we put so much energy into a front yard and then we don't even utilize it. So take a look at your water calculator. You're going to tell us what your score was. So how many gallons of water do you use on a daily basis? So make sure you put that. So for myself, I would write 1,201 gallons a day is what I use within my household. And then you're going to talk about some strategies to decrease your water usage. And so when you get your score, it's going to talk about some strategies that you can utilize to reduce that water score. So it might look at your diet. It might look at if you have animals and you're buying pet food, if you're recycling or not recycling, what your shopping habits are when you're going to the grocery store, how many loads of laundry you do, like those sorts of things. And then provide some thoughts around how you can decrease that water usage. And then once again, this week you do have your current event for the week. Again, as I've mentioned in weeks past, there is no shortage of things going on within the news. So just make sure that you are contributing to that. So that is your week 9 learning module. I've decided that I'm going to post a separate video that walks you through the specifics of your signature assignment. I am going to open up on the left-hand side the signature assignment link here, and that's where you will be able to find all of the information related to your signature assignment. So you'll be on the lookout there to see this link become available for you to see. You'll then see a document that walks you through the specifics of your signature assignment, a video that I will walk you through the specifics of your signature assignment, and then some supplemental things that you'll need to submit as it relates to your signature assignment. If you have questions about that, you need help, please reach out, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic week. I hope you have a wonderful spring break, and please, 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 somewhere in those 2 weeks, take a break. Try to maybe get your week 9 materials done as soon as you can so that you really can take a break from this class. Relax, rest, rejuvenate, come back ready to rock and roll for weeks 10 through 16.